Hello, Renee Flamont here. Ooh, hello, Min. You guys, this topic today, it breaks my heart because recently I had somebody say to me, and from a mile away, I think her person is a narcissist. And I had them say to me, oh my God, why? Why me? Why me? Why did this happen to me? Why did they pick me? Why didn't they just skip me? What is wrong with me? That's when my ears perk the heck up. What is wrong with me? Whoosh. Again, with my non-whistle that I can't do. We need to get into this because I don't want people that get involved with the people with this disorder to go around thinking there's something wrong with them and that's why the narcissist picked them. There's nothing wrong with you. In fact, it's just the opposite. And we're going to break this down. You know I am. When I hear people think there's something wrong with them and that's why the narcissist picked them, it kills me. The narcissist, remember, to begin with, just remember, the narcissist envisions themselves as this grandiose being that is entitled to the best of everything. The most money, the best house, the best partner, the best friends, the heartiest laugh, the most attention, anything. You attracted them. Now you might say, well, I bit though, and he really charmed me, and why did he pick? Okay, you attracted them. That's why they picked you. How they got in is a different thing altogether. That does have to do with a lacking that we had at the time they got in. I'm pounding on myself like, we do have a lack in our self-love. There's a hole. That's how they get in. That's how we respond to them. And this week, Wednesday and Friday, we're going to get into different aspects of this very thing. Why they're attracted to you, why they picked you, that's not having something wrong with you if you have a hole in there. It means that you've probably come off of something that chipped away at your insides. Or maybe you were raised in an environment that chipped away at your insides. And you are looking for something to be fulfilled with this person that comes along and says all these wonderful things to you and all these charming things to you. And has anyone ever told you you're beautiful? Sometimes, depending on the day, especially girls are having, boys too, I guess, but that's sometimes all it takes. Sometimes that's all it takes. And the narcissist might have an easier time love bombing one person over another, depending on that person's level of vulnerability or not. Right? If they find somebody, they stumble upon somebody who's really down in the dumps, that might be all it takes. You're beautiful. They've never had anyone pay attention to them before. They've never had anyone pay attention to them before. Ever. Ever. Think of like Adrian in Rocky. Rocky was not painted as a narcissist in that movie. He was all about Adrian forever in all the movies. But remember when he first approached her, she was like, she never spoke to anybody. Picture that, and having that person, having somebody come at them like a narcissist. Rocky could have been a narcissist. Adrian didn't know any better. It didn't look like she dated much. We're big Rocky people in my family. But right? If he were a narcissist, he would have eaten her up and spit her out. Was there anything wrong with her? No. She was a sweet character. She was a lovely girl. Shy. Downtrodden because of the overbearing brother, right? So she had her reasons. But there was nothing wrong. If somebody were to pick somebody like that, there's nothing wrong with her. And thank God Rocky didn't turn out to be a narcissist. A narcissist is going to come, to get back to my point, Rocky and Adrian just popped into my head. To get back to my point, a narcissist wants to make the biggest splash, right? Okay? The last two people I dated, the narcissist before this channel and the one before him, who I think was a narcissist, even though we didn't have an unhealthy back and forth later, I think he definitely had qualities and aspects of this disorder. You know, the heartless part, the put on, the make believe and all that. He did all that. They both said to me, when we would walk by a mirror, they both would stop and they go, wow, we look good together. Walking into a place, they both in different ways have said, you know, I love how we look together, or you look beautiful for this event. We're going to make like a splash together or whatever. They've both also insulted me on the way to an event. Right? That's about controlling how I feel for the evening. That's a topic for another video that I think I'm outlining for next week. But I feel like they're attracted to someone who is going to make that splash, okay? I clean up well. I have clothes that are nice. I put them on. I can go out and, you know, I'm vivacious. I'm not a wallflower, quiet, like Adrian in Rocky. Qu'est-ce que c'est with the alarm going off right in the middle of my video? I am so sorry about that. I feel like when you're not that type, a wallflower, now they might pick a wallflower like that because they think they can manipulate that person, and that person is not going to give them a lot of trouble. Nothing wrong with that person if they pick you and you are that quiet type like Adrian. There's nothing wrong with it. Perfect little sweet way to be, right? I'm not that way. I was picked because I'm big. All 5'1" of me, I'm big. In my family, we're big personalities. We come into a room, big personalities. The narcissist is attracted to that. They're attracted and picked you because you're beautiful, because you're funny, because you're successful. They want to rub up elbows against somebody professional. You know, they want to rub elbows with the right people. They picked you because you have a good family and a solid foundation, that you're happy in your life, that they looked at you from across the room or in the bar or wherever you met them online. You have smiles in your picture. You're laughing. You're just, now they're with you. Your personality is magnanimous. They want that. And don't forget, the narcissist mirrors off of you to be who they are. That's why they slightly morph depending on which person they're with. Okay? My narcissist was with me, slightly different version of himself than he is now with whomever he is. Slightly different version than the person before me, the person before, the wife before, the wife before. They slightly morph depending on what you like. And you might say, well, don't all people do that? No, I'm not talking about hobbies. You pick up golf because your partner golfs. That's not what I'm talking about. I know who I am. I'm the same person, whether I'm with my mother or my daughter or a partner or friends or family or my old uncle. Like, it doesn't matter. They morph their insides, their belief systems, what they say, blah, 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 blah. It's all a put on. They're acting all the time. In order to be fabulous, I don't think they have any idea they're doing it. They have to be around fabulous to mirror fabulous. So your fabulosity might be exactly why they picked you. So there's nothing wrong with you. You're too fabulous. You caught their eye. And you might say, well, I didn't have to let them in. No, you didn't. And we'll talk about that. The next couple of videos, we're going to get into those kinds of things as well. But you did let them in. And that's, if there's one thing that we're going to use the word wrong, what's wrong with me? I don't like to think there's anything wrong with any of us. Might we have compartments to work on? Of course, everyone does. We're human. If somebody's not self-evolving and they're like, no, I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with me. I know, please, how can that be? Nobody's a perfect being, right? So we have to work on that inside. And I've talked a lot about that because it is real. If I hadn't had a hole, I would have handled meeting that person differently. I would have handled receiving those compliments in the love bombing differently. I would have processed what his actions and words meant differently. The hole that you have, again, if you want to use the word wrong, what's wrong with me, that's how they got in. Them being attracted to you, why did they pick you? Because you're fabulous. You're fabulous. I'm not kidding. They generally are going to gravitate towards someone that will make them feel more grandiose. Now, I suppose if you have a narcissist who's feeling even lower about themselves than they normally do, then maybe he will pick a wallflower, a quiet person, so as they can overshadow their partner. Maybe I'm too much. Maybe I was too much of a personality. It was like a competition if we were out. Who's the audience going to listen to, him or me? I told you the story. I had friends here. He kept coming in and putting the music louder. God forbid my friends are listening to me at the table outside. He's got to do that 5 times with the volume and come in like a 7-year-old child. I couldn't take attention away, even just visiting with my friends from out of town. We can't sit at the table. Come sit at the table with us. Nope. They want all the attention. So you being so fabulous attracted them, and sometimes it can be why they figured out, I can't even hang with this person. She's too much for me. He's too fabulous for me. They make me look bad. They punctuate my nothingness. And then they go on their merry way and they find someone, a lesser version of you maybe. Or the quiet person, if they want to feel particularly big and they came off the relationship with you, remember, they go on and they have their experience of you as well. I think the experience with me left my narcissist feeling like nothing. My brother was around, super successful, 15 years younger than he was, and he had 0. Just listening to my brother talk about anything is intimidating, I'm sure. He comes off here, I'm over 10 years younger than him. Again, I'm doing better than him. I think he came off this relationship feeling terrible, but he was attracted into it because I'm a good person. I'm out there, I'm having fun, we met on the line and they're looking at your pictures. And then they're talking to you, and who's going to answer the narcissist? Who's going to come back to the narcissist and be funny and fabulous and cute? Sometimes I think it's just because I said, sure, I'll meet you. Then he met me, and it was, oh, okay, she's cute, she's funny, I usually get told, my life's compliments, everyone gets told I usually get cute, funny, smart. I'm fine with those 3 things. I've been those 3 things since I was a little kid. Cute, funny, smart. So there we are, and he's attracted to me because of my fabulosity, just like your narcissist was attracted to you for your fabulosity. Turns out mine ended up being too much for him because he had 0 to offer, and it was 2 in his face. 2 in his face. My brother came here at the end of COVID, stayed throughout the summer. It was 2 in his face. All of this success in his face. And when I say success, I don't necessarily mean this. Well-adjusted person, it also can mean this. Of course. We're adults now. We're all living our lives. We have path and direction and focus and relationships and friendships and, standing next to people that have everything, love in their family, love in their life, family, blah, 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 and this cat has nothing. That had to make him feel terrible. So it turned out my fabulosity was too much for him, I believe. Your fabulosity might have been too much for your narcissist. But they're attracted to you for everything that you do have. Don't think, what's wrong with me? Why did they pick me? They picked you because they were attracted to something. They saw something magnanimous in you that they wanted. They suck, like they call them emotional vampires. They suck off of their victim. There's that word again. I know, I try not to use it. To make themselves inflated and feel better and have the qualities of you, right? You're a blast to be with. You're fun. You dance. You sing. You tell jokes. They're going to start doing all those. They're going to try to be your same level. Please don't ever think there's something wrong with you and that's why they picked you. Please don't ever think that. I want you to understand. And then your question is, well, how'd they get me then? There's something wrong with me that I let them in. We're going to talk about that next time. Thanks for watching, you guys.